Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels, and as it is Sunday, we are going into our second episode in regards to our series on living wills, durable power of attorneys, and other types of advanced directives, mainly to help protect us anytime that it is declared that we are considered incompetent or unable to make medical decision. This protects us by essentially helping us keep it out of the government's hands for obvious reasons, considering who's the head of public health. Kind of the reason that kind of inspired me to go ahead and get this going. But before we do, brief disclaimer, everything that we're going to be covering throughout the duration of this new series, you're going to find all sources for information right there in the description box for you. So should you like to do a deep dive into the subject on your own, and even in some cases get some good links to maybe get you going on doing some living wills and other paperwork on your own, you're absolutely welcome to do so. Political trigger warnings. Yeah, I know, weird subject to have political trigger warnings, but take a look around, folks. At this point, everything's political, even going to the bathroom. God help us all. Literally. Anyways, if you're extreme left or extreme right, I am neither of those things. I am not affiliated with any party. When I call myself independent, it's not because, well, that means you're a part of the independent party. No, that means literally independent. I vote based on policies, in particular, policies in regards to us disabled folk and other folk who are more vulnerable out there in this neurotypical world we're all forced to live in. And that's pretty much it. Those are the types of things that I vote on. So, more than likely, I'm going to say something that offends you through either this series or one of the other ones on the channel. If that's not something that you are able to handle with civility, and you resort to name calling, your comment will be removed, deleted off, and you will be blocked from the channel. Nobody has time for that. You want to debate on facts in a civil matter, you are welcome anytime. If we're just going to be uncreative as hell, doing nothing but Trump derangement syndrome, and showing at the very least you don't even have a redeeming quality in regards to creativity, nobody has time for that, alright? Nobody. And if you can hear my disappointment at the bad insults, yeah, I'm sorry. You be creative if you're going to be a clown. If you can't be creative, don't be a clown. Just go be quiet and angry somewhere else. You know? Also, trigger warning, this channel is marked not for kids for a reason. I, of course, do use profanity, and we do cover some topics on this channel that are dark and extremely triggering, like the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center. So if you have a child that is 16 and younger and they are watching this channel here, parental supervision is very much advised. Alright, now where we left off. I may have read this previously, but I'm going to read it again anyways because I've slept since then. Alright, so do not resuscitate or do not intubate, also known as DNR or DNIs. You don't need an advance directive or living will to have do not resuscitate and do not intubate orders. To make DNR or DNI orders, tell your healthcare professional about your preferences. Do this ahead of time, especially if you don't have a whole lot of family around. That way, you're less likely to have any government interference. or anybody else trying to interfere for that matter. Your healthcare professional will write the orders and put them in your medical record, so the doctors will have that on hand. Keep a copy of these orders at home too. Again, folks, I recommend the Accorda file for multiple reasons, and that is one of them. You can keep all your important papers there and keep them separated so you can get to them faster. And if you ever have a bunch of appointments at once, which is pretty much what happens to me every single time, you'll have a convenient thing just to be able to carry around with you and yank out whatever you need. So, definitely recommend getting you one of those. They're pretty cheap. You can even get them at Dollar Tree these days for $1.25, including tax. At least it used to be. Don't quote me on that nowadays. All right, creating advanced directives. Advanced directives need to be in writing. Each state has different forms and requirements for filling out legal documents. Depending on where you live, you may need to have the form signed by a witness or notarized. You can ask a lawyer to help you with the process, but you don't generally need a lawyer. So you can do this online if you would like to, or if you first make sure to look up the laws in your state in regards to advanced directives, regards to what they require to actually be able to get that notarized and legalized before you get to doing it. That would be my recommendation. Save you the headache. You can find links to state-specific forms on the websites of many organizations such as the American Bar Association, AARP, and the National Hospice and Palliative Care Organization. You probably should be able to do that by just putting in medical advanced directives and put in the name of your state too. Pretty sure that could also help. Look over your advanced directives with your healthcare professional and your healthcare agent to be sure you have filled out the forms correctly. When you have finished your documents, let me go ahead and continue that here. Keep the original advanced directives in a safe place that's easy to reach. So, again, hence my Accorda file. Give a copy of your advanced directives to your healthcare professional. So, whoever your doctor, or in my case, my team is, when I went ahead and did that, I made sure that they all got copies of the forms as well as my mother's contact information if they needed to ever get a hold of her in a situation like that. Make sure they know about your DNR or DNI orders and your healthcare power of attorney, or my healthcare proxy in my mom's case. She also has a copy of the records as well. Definitely recommended. All right. Keep a record of who has your advanced directives. Talk to family members and other important people in your life about your advanced directives and your healthcare wishes. By talking to your family members now, you help ensure that they clearly understand your wishes. Having a clear understanding of your choices can help your family members avoid conflict or feelings of guilt. Carrying a wallet-sized card that notes you have advanced directives and names your healthcare agent. The card should also state where a copy of your directives can be found. Yep. See, there's a kind of a lot to this, but it's worth it. It really is. Keep a copy of your advanced directives with you when you are traveling. Definitely. Especially if you can put it in a card and just stick it in one of the credit card slots. All right, reviewing and changing advanced directives. You can change your directives at any time. If you want to make changes, you must fill out a new form. Give new copies to your healthcare professional and others, and get rid of all the old copies. Specific requirements for changing directives may vary by state. You should talk to your primary healthcare professional about any changes. Make sure a new directive replaces an old directive in your medical file. New directives must also be added to the medical charts in a hospital or nursing home. Also, talk to your healthcare agent, family, and friends about the changes you have made. Think about checking your directives and filling out new ones in the following situation. So, one of the cases that might have you change your advanced directives is new diagnosis. A diagnosis of a disease that is terminal or that majorly changes your life may lead to make changes to your living will. Talk with your healthcare professional about the kind of treatment and care decisions that might be made during the expected course of the disease. Change of marital status. When you marry, divorce, become separated, or become a widow or widower, you may need to choose a new healthcare agent. Or in my case, I'm going to have that documentation where I've already got the alternatives set up to jump in immediately. I recommend the same for you guys. Always have a backup proxy if you can. Make sure it's someone you can trust just as much as the one you've primarily chosen. Because, yeah, my personality is my backups have backups. So that's why I've literally got like 2 to 3 other people that it could possibly go to if necessary. So make sure of that as well. Over time, your thoughts about end of life care may change. Check your directives from time to time, at least about every 10 years or so, to be sure they reflect your current values and wishes. Because that may change, folks. You may say right now, I want to go on do not resuscitate, but when the moment comes, really think about it. Physician orders for life sustaining treatment, also known as POST. In some states, advanced healthcare planning includes a document called Physician Orders for Life Sustaining Treatment. This document also may be called Provider Orders for Life Sustaining Treatment or Medical Orders for Life Sustaining Treatment. A post is meant for people who are diagnosed with a serious illness. This form doesn't replace your other directives. Instead, it serves as the healthcare professional ordered instructions, not unlike a prescription. A post ensures that in case of an emergency, you get the treatment that you prefer. Your healthcare professional will fill out the form. To fill out the form, your healthcare professional will use the information in your advanced directives. Like, if there's something that happens, like if I go to my psychologist's office and I suddenly collapse due to having issues with the tachycardia and it drops me, she already knows and has in my files that my preference to be treated at the hospital would be over at Mercy as opposed to one of the other hospitals in town. That's the sort of thing that it is kind of referencing there. To fill out the form, your healthcare professional will use information in your advanced directives, the talks you have with your healthcare professional about the likely course of your illness and your treatment preferences. So they'll have all of that on hand in the event that you would not be able to provide those things for yourself. A post stays with you. If you are in a hospital or nursing home, staff post a post near your bed. If you are living at home or in a hospice care facility, staff clearly placed a post where emergency staff or other team members can easily find it. Forms may vary by state, but a post lets your healthcare professional include details about your care. These details can include treatments with a medical team should not use, under what conditions a medical team can use some treatments, how long a medical team can use some treatments, when the medical team should stop treatments. Issues covered in a post may include resuscitation, mechanical ventilation, tube feeding, use of antibiotics, request to not transfer to an emergency room, request not to be admitted to the hospital, pain management. A post also states what advance directives you have written and who serves as your healthcare power of attorney. Like my durable healthcare power of attorney is my mom. Like the advance directives, you can cancel or update posts. All right, and that is a pretty good, decent overview in regards to advanced directives. We're going to be getting into more depth. We're going to go ahead and cover each of these things at length, and what we're going to go over, if we can get examples. I'll be definitely researching that this week of some of the forms that you would be filling out, what the requirements are, all of that good stuff to put that information in your hands. We'll get going into deep diving on this starting next Sunday, but for now, we're going to go ahead and close out. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few we do tend to get removed from time to time. So folks, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, don't forget to hit the comments, and don't forget to double check and make sure you are set up for notifications. We are still carrying on with our Down the Rabbit Hole series, our Medicaid series, our HIPAA series, and this new one here regards to advanced directives, and I don't want you to miss anything. I do appreciate your time, and as always, folks, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. I will see you all later. Bye bye, everyone.